start your show now, press 1. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host PIN. When finished, press the pound key.
To start your show now, press 1. To hear...
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
All right, everybody. That was a little weird. Having a little technical difficulties today, but that's okay. We had a workaround. So instead of calling through on the normal channel, we're calling through on Skype. We have an amazing show today. I am excited about our guest. I have a lot of information to go through as always. But first, let me say, don't mind my eyebrows today. I know I look a little Groucho Marxist, so I couldn't get it off in time. So y'all just gonna have to forgive me tonight. I know my eyebrows are looking kind of like distant cousins instead of twin sisters, but y'all gonna have to bear with me tonight. So welcome to the show tonight. It is January the 14th. Our special guest tonight is Andrew Tank Garrett, a filmmaker and the owner of Black Moses Entertainment. I've been knowing Drew for a couple of years, but you're going to get to know a lot about him tonight. And again, I'm very excited and honored that he would come on with us. He's on California time, so it's really not late for him. It's evening time. But for us on the East Coast, we are in the midnight hour. If you want to call into the show, the number is 646-668-8484. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for our guests, or any questions for me at any point of the show, go ahead and call in and we'll link you in live. So greetings to my CEPTV listeners and fans. This is the second show of the year. And you are checking us out now on Facebook, YouTube. We're streaming on Skype right now as well. And we are on Periscope right now. We're on YouTube. And of course, we are live on CEPTV. If you don't have the app, go ahead and download that. CEPTV streaming. You can find that on the Android iOS. I promise you, I have been working diligently to get the iOS app and got everything done, got enrolled, got my developer account, and then they're making me start all the way back over. So that means the DUNS number and all that stuff. So I have to go do that again because they wouldn't take my payment. Anyway, on to the next. Shout out to 350 Beats. Elroy Miles Jr. had him made entertainment on the beat. If you like that intro beat and you're looking for some unique beats for your music project, reach out to him and he will definitely get you hooked up. And I don't need y'all seeing my words right there. So let me put these over here. And let's put that like that. All right. So if you have been tuning into the CEPTV platform for a while, you know that we are one of the only or very few radio podcast platforms that are directly connected with an online streaming TV network. You can find us at www.mycep.tv. We have some amazing ad packages on the scene. And if you are interested in advertising and want to see our platform grow and want to be a part of that process and support system, you can choose to advertise on the radio, which is with me now. You'll see some awesome little flashes and logo animations that we have capabilities of doing now. Of course, you have the audio commercials. And if you do an audio commercial, we're going to get your logo on there as well. And we can advertise you directly on the video streams, and then very soon to the Media Hub, which is in the works of being released. And there's so many opportunities there. It's not even crazy. What the Media Hub is designed to do is to bring all things CEPTV as far as events, as far as movies, as far as radio and anything else CEPTV related. It's going to be on the site, so you can check out everything CEPTV related with our affiliates, those who are in partnership with us, other filmmakers that are a part of the CEPTV journey. You'll be able to connect with them there as well. And again, we are currently on Android app and the web, coming soon to iOS and Roku. I promise you, we are working on that. So hang with us, okay? Starting in February, you will also be able to hear our show. It won't be live. It'll be post-production MP3 on the CEP TV Late Night Hype Show. Will be on WMQG 106.5 on iHeartRadio. We are very excited about that. And let's go on down. If you don't know who I am, again, welcome to the show tonight. I am your hostess, LaShawn Smith. I am the founder of CEPTV Networks, LLC, working along with some brilliant minds like Skinny Corleone and Brother Larry Saeed Wright and Dre here at the network. And we are bringing this independently owned and African-American streaming network to life. So be sure to grow with us. Just FYI, for those of you who were looking to maybe book with us in February, it's already taken. So if you're interested in coming on, please contact with us. Please get in contact with us. So I don't want to repeat some information. It looks like I'm going to, so I'll try to circumvent that. Anyway, about CEPTV, creatives, entrepreneurs at play, creatives, entertainers, and entrepreneurs at Play TV is the name of it. And that's what CEPTV stands for. If you want to go to that website, you can subscribe to see all of the content for only $1.99 per month to get access. We even have some blaxploitation on there from the public domain, making it easier for you to access on our network. So be sure to check that out too. Other than CEPTV Network's media news, I just wanted to bring this interesting highlight that I heard on the way to my 9 to 5 this morning. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is finally acknowledging the fact that it has a lopsided and even biased electoral process after Janet Jackson was recently inducted into the Hall of Fame. In her speech, she shined a light on the fact that women are poorly recognized in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. On a recent NPR radio show, one guest can be quoted as saying the original creator of Hound Dog, covered by Elvis Presley, Big Mama Thornton in 1952, did a much better job than Presley. I'm going to have to agree with that. Chuck Berry was also one to note that Thornton was one of his inspirations. And on a recent publication on Billboard.com's website, November the 15th to be exact, they write an article about the Hall of Fame's time to finally address the racial and gender bias. Robert Johnson, an African-American male who died at the young age of 27, documented by many historians as the father of rock and roll and one of the greatest performers of all time, was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in its first induction ceremony in 1986 as an early influence on rock and roll. He was awarded a posthumous Grammy in 1991 for the complete recordings, a 1990 compilation album. Current events in CEP TV. Let's see who's with us today. Hey, Tin. Hey, Arlene. In the media, you can check out Voyage ATL magazine, where you will see a small feature of yours truly talking about CEPTV. It was definitely an honor to be featured. I encourage you all to check it out. And if you know someone worthy of a magazine feature around the Atlanta and surrounding areas, reach out to them and submit. And you can even submit yourself. So check them out. They're doing great things, good media coverage. February the 22nd, 2020, CEPTV. I will be in Atlanta representing at the Atlanta Creators Conference, learning what I don't know about media and networking with people in the industry and speaking on a panel about CEPTV streaming network. I'm so excited and I'm so nervous, but we're going to do this thing. And that very same evening, we are going to enjoy the premiere of Butter, a Pitchvine Entertainment Films production directed by brother Larry Saeed Wright. You can use the code BUTTER1000 to gain access to a 25% off code for the premiere that will expire January the 31st. And that code was given to the fans for helping us get to 1,000 viewers. We're about at 1,100 now. So thank you all. 10 Carat, in affiliation with CEPTV, in partnership, will be launching the Dope Artist Alert, which will highlight artists who want to be heard and even critiqued for that matter. So if you're looking for some exposure and you are new to the industry and you're looking, looking for some exposure, she's going to get you connected in. So make sure you keep following that. We'll be publicizing some things on CEPTV. Some things will be exclusively on CEPTV and some things will multi-stream. So make sure you get access to that. And then we are going to have more content released on CEPTV before the end of the month. King Burke Films has submitted some stuff to us, and we have some other people who are inquiring, and we're going to review that information and movies and premieres and get those on the network. Be sure to continue to support the Bring Back Our Children video program by Tawanda Graves. She is giving a voice to the lost and exploited missing children, African-American children, men and women in America who are grossly underrepresented in the media. If you did not know that African Americans are 60% of the lost and missing in America, however, we are only represented in the media 30% or less. So make sure you check that out. We just posted the December 30th edition of that. It is a labor of love, and she does take donations. So message her or go to her page, Tees and Accessories. That's the company that also supports the adventure, and you can donate to her on Facebook for that project, and it really keeps it going. It keeps us keeping those babies' faces under our eyelids, so that we can continue to represent them in ways that they cannot represent themselves, because we don't know what's going on with those children. So we definitely want to keep them in our prayers, and send good vibes out into the atmosphere to let them know they are not forgotten about. So that's what that's all about. And go check that out. She's doing some amazing other things, and she is going to be getting an app corresponding to the missing children as well. So follow up with that. She's also a media aggregator. So if you see some cases that are related to injustices, things like that, she can get you some media attention and spotlight on that through social media, which can be a powerful tool to help you get the word out. And maybe somebody will reach out to you and help you in ways that you may not have been able to do if you were just doing something in your local circuit and your hometown. LVAMU, LaShawn's Voice Acting Micro University, has an official launch date, March 30th, 2020. Registration links will be going live soon if you're interested in that. It's going to be free for the basic courses. We will have advanced level courses, and what they are designed to do is to take away the jitters if you are interested in voice acting or coming into the voice acting arena. And if you learn how to do voice acting, you can save yourself a lot of money by doing your own voiceovers and commercials. And if you're an author, you can do your own book trailers. There's so many things you can do. You can also open up an additional stream of income for yourself. So make sure you keep posted on that. I do have another page, but I will keep those posted on CEPTV just in case you want to check that out. And let's see, if you are interested once again in submitting your music or other digital creative content to CEPTV, you may do so by emailing us at ceptv2019@gmail.com, or go to www.myceptv by way of desktop. Go to the bottom of the page and then click submit content, and that's going to be the easiest way to get some content over to us. And then if it's something that applies to 10 Carat and what she's doing with the Dope Artist Alert, if it's music, then we'll definitely get you routed to the right department. So that's pretty much it. We're going to get ready to bring our awesome guest on, and we'll talk to Mr. Drew Tank Garrett. In the meantime, we're going to do a sponsor flash as we play They Can't Talk But We Can by Ron and the Indie Singers. This is the song that represents the missing, lost, and exploited children all around the United States. We're going to do some sponsor shout outs. We're going to go to commercial, and we'll get ready to talk to our guests. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. I see some live streamers hanging in there with me tonight. Whatever time zone you are in, thank you so much for hanging out with CEPTV. We look forward to hanging out with you on some future episodes. We got some amazing stuff coming up, more amazing guests. Like, I'm always so in awe by the people who come on the show. It just never ceases to amaze me. So again, thank you all. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Born unable to crawl, taking my first step. Born unable to pull myself up, achieving my first dream. Born unable to make the sound of a voice, speaking my first word.
No kids across the world can say you're hurting me. Can't you see it in my face? Don't give me up, to throw me down. I wanna talk, but there's no time. Get me right, don't shut me out. Check my ways and you're hurting me.
Like it up with me. Police brutality, abusing with you. The authority, among the majority of the minority. I'm putting the key to the vibe, financially, in the land they call free.
We can't hang on. We have to fight and stand up for the right. We can't talk, but we can. We got to fight and stand up for the right.
When you see the changes they can make in their life, you will feel the power from the joy that's inside. The change immunity to protect the ones we need, to make them pay for what they've done. The power of authority.
Special needs are being abused all across the land. To make a plan, no matter what the circumstance.
Everything goes right. The power of the fight. Connect and join in hand. Spread the word that we've been together. They can't talk.
Can't hang on, but we can.
When you stand up for their right, they can't talk.
They can't call. We
Stand up for
can.
their right. Let me tell you, we will fight.
So let me give you a rundown of life. It's bound to stab you deeper than a knife. You got these kids getting abused by the adults who can't defend themselves. They hit with belts, and they can't talk, so you don't know what's going on. But you can look in their eyes and tell something is wrong. The pain, the tears, been abused for many years, and it's not your child, so you don't really care.
There's a lot of great teachers who would take a stand against abuse by another teacher's hand. They will fight for what is right. They will stand against the abuse and tell it for the sake of stopping abuse.
They can talk, but we can.
They can't talk.
We got to fight
No.
and stand up for.
They can't talk.
They can't talk, but we can.
We can't
We
talk.
got to fight and stand up for. Take it and take it, it was never picture perfect. Now the looks upon our faces will show you how so corrupted this system is self-destruction. But I say be scared of nothing. Just fight to be better beings, cause violence ain't the key.
Cameras in the class will stop the abuse.
It will protect the teachers for being accused.
Let's fight to change the system that we have to remain. When a child is be abused, anything to show you.
We can. We got to fight and stand up for. We can talk, but we can. We got to fight and stand up for. And stand up for their rights, for their rights, but we can, and stand up for their rights.
One more commercial.
Everyone needs a spa day, a day to relax and unwind and let someone else take care of your needs for a change. If you live in the Houston, Texas area and are ready for a spa day, you need to visit Urban Day Spa. Urban Day Spa has two convenient locations, one in Spring, Texas, and the other in the Copperfield area of Houston. Urban Day Spa have the lowest prices on massage treatments, and you never have to sign a contract. Some of their other services include facial therapies, body treatment, hydrotherapy, and much more. Urban Day Spa also has amazing packages you will love. Treat yourself or someone you care about with the Urban Day Spa. They also offer gift certificates. Visit them right now at urbandayspa.com. That's urbandayspa.com.
Well, welcome to CEPTV and blah, 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 radio. Subscribe and sign up. Listen to all genres of content, movies, live events, shows, and more by African American and Brown Americans on CEPTV. Then listen for interviews on Blog Talk Radio. Tune in to listen now.
My guest on with us tonight, Drew Tank Garrett. And again, we've been acquainted for quite a while through social media. This is my first time getting a chance to talk to him on the radio, on the phone for that matter. So definitely an honor and a privilege. Just wanted to mention to the public really quick, we will be at My Life Entertainment co-sponsoring the Columbus Hip Hop Awards coming this summer in June. And so we're excited about that. I forgot to mention that earlier, so I wanted to say that before we get into this conversation with our guest. Hey, Drew, what's going on?
Hey, LaShawn, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Nice to finally see you and meet you on social media a little bit more in-depth way than what we have normally been communicating over the years. So what's going on with you?
Man, I'm blessed, LaShawn, to be honest with you, and I just want to thank you for having me on your show. You know, it's really an honor. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. I'm happy that you're here too. I want to tell everybody, Drew is one of the first ones who believed in the CEPTV concept. You actually looked at my site when I had like a little shabby little Wix little site that had some little blocks everywhere with the little videos. And you were like, okay, let's do it. And that really means a lot. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for, showcasing your films with us. We've gotten some good response from your films, and we're just steadily promoting and finding new ways to market and go into new areas, because by us being such a small network, we have more maneuverability right now. So it's quite an adventure, and I'm so glad that you were one of the first, if not the first. You might have been the first person that I approached, and you were just like, hey, let's go with it. So thank you.
Right. Thank you for providing this platform. Without this platform for filmmakers, we really wouldn't have a showcase or some place to upload our films and get our messages out.
Absolutely. And that's what we're here for. So, you were telling me about, when we talked about your upbringing, your father, your influence. And I want you to tell the guests about your background, your upbringing, and your influence.
Well, I grew up here in Southern California, in the Van Nuys area. Went to Van Nuys High School, which was performing arts magnet school. So I had a theater background in college and high school. But my biggest influence was my dad. I watched him since I was a baby. He's been working in Hollywood and doing films, commercials, and all sorts of, theater things. And, since, like I said, since I was a baby. Matter of fact, speaking to him today, he went on an audition today for a commercial. So my dad is 81, and he's still out there grinding. And you guys have seen him in hundreds of commercials and films. And If you look him up, he goes by Mr. G. His name is Wil Garret with one L and one T. He's on IMDb, and he's has a very recognizable face. So, like I say, that's my biggest influence, and always been my role model when it came to acting and doing film, and also inspiring me in life.
Yeah, see, the reel that you did for me, and you do that, like you do reels for people. That's a service that you provide, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, and the reel that you did for your, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, yeah, go ahead. The reel that I did for my dad. What were you saying about that?
Well, that gave a great highlight of the range of your father's acting. He has, even though, he has the look, he has a lot of different looks within that look. And it's great. So I encourage, if you don't mind, I want to post that up on CEPTV so I can share with our listeners and do a little promoting with that, if you don't mind. I know it's on your YouTube, but I want to link it into your Black Moses Entertainment catalog. And everybody, Drew Tank has about an hour worth of films on here. We have Aware, we have Hey Joe, and we have The Education of an Abused Woman. So make sure you check those out. And I want to add, we also have the Truth Discussions, The Lost Soldier from your talk show. We have all of that on our catalog as well. Yeah. So are you going to resume doing the talk shows?
Yes, I am. I actually got a new co-host. Her name is Donna Collins, and we're going to start shooting hopefully next month. But yeah, we definitely want to continue that. It's called Truth Discussion. And basically, we're just sitting around and we're keeping it real. We're talking about all the issues going on, all the murders of Black people. One of the first questions I ask any of our listeners or any of our guests is, how do they feel about the extermination? Because that's exactly what's been going on. The extermination of minorities. I mean, white people know that in just a short amount of years that they will no longer be the majority. They will be the minority. And so they're trying to keep, the people at bay. And how do you get rid of people? Number one, you get them to stop having kids. Number two, you murder them.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's been going on. Murders and getting away with it.
That's right. But I think it's a play on on our psyche. I don't think we've ever been the minority anywhere. I really don't. Maybe in some towns, in some parishes, in some areas, we might be minorities, but I don't, as far as when it comes to being a melanated person, there's so many variations of, what melanation is. I don't really think that we've ever been a minority. It's just kind of like, if you think that you are the minority, then you would be more hesitant to take any actions, because you don't think there's enough of you because you are the minority. But I would think, if anybody who is in a power position wants to maintain that power, if they feel that position is threatened, there's going to be some backlash towards the people who are under the oppression. So yes, and I do love and respect your talks. One of them I think I had to take down because it had Tupac on there, and I don't have a license for that one, so I couldn't. I don't think. Okay. So I might have to, like, if you don't mind, with your permission, I might have to either cut the intro song out or put something else on top of that, so I don't get with a copyright. But I definitely want people to see the real talks that you have on your show, because it is definitely vital. People need to know about it and understand that there's a lot of perspectives, and you all are bringing a lot of facts. So from Atlanta to California, tell us about that transition.
Wow. I had been in Atlanta 16 years. I was transferred out there In 2002, I was working for Earthlink as an executive administrator with CEO, and they merged with a company called Mindstream. So that's how I ended up in Atlanta. And it was really time for me to come home. I've been away like for 16 years, and I had been going home the past 2 or 3 years. So I decided one day just pack up and you know make a move back this way, and it's been a good experience ever since.
Awesome. So you have been getting a lot of work, and it's been lucrative for you. So you haven't had to pick up a 9 to 5.
I'm grinding that way. I'm writing. Yeah, I got a 9 to 5. Definitely. That's what finances my film.
Yep. That's what finances CEPTV. So I definitely get that. You gotta funnel the dream and invest in the dream until it can support itself. So I definitely get that. But the move that you made was just recently, within the last couple of years, right? Because you moved like right before I met you, right?
Last year. I moved last July.
Okay, because that's right when we like.
No, actually, no. Wait. No. I moved July 28th.
Okay, and
July be 2 years.
Okay, yep. Okay, So that was because I actually met you before a year before I started the network, and and I don't know if you've heard any of my shows. I actually had an event fall in my lap, which is what inspired me to do CEPTV. And so I was like, I thought about you. I was like, man, I know a filmmaker, and that's when I called you, and the rest is history. So I'm glad that was a profitable move for you. How did you get? I know that your dad was your influence, but when did you pick up the camera for yourself and start learning? Did you have any formal training?
Well, no, LaShawn. To be honest with you, I didn't. I self-taught myself a lot of things, but being in Atlanta, I got to do a lot of background work and extra work on some Tyler Perry shows, a lot of different movies that were being filmed there, and I observed and I watched, and like I said, being a theater major, I already had that background in acting. I'd already had the material that I had written and never did anything with. And I got started going on auditions. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start filming some of my own material, some of the things that I've written. And that's what I did. I had a 2012 Jetta. I sold it, took money and bought me a couple of cameras and equipment, and the rest is history. I do want to say one thing. One thing that really motivated is I think I was looking on Facebook or something, and I saw a picture, and this picture really inspired me. And it was a picture of Jesus standing on the water, but it was from the water's perspective, as you were looking up underwater, looking at him standing on the water. And the caption said, "Ye of little faith." And that was just so powerful for me. And that's what I did. I stepped out on faith. Like I said, I got in my car. I started taking the train and the bus for work, and got some equipment, and the rest was history. I just started doing it and grinding from there.
Well, we are definitely happy that you did that. I am especially pleased with your work with Aware. The camera work is amazing. May I ask what you're shooting with?
I shot that film with an action cam, a DJI Osmo.
Wow.
I shot that whole film on Osmo.
And I know that this has been prevalent in headlines lately, but what made you want to kind of hone in on this topic of missing women and children, or Black people in general?
This was God inspired. This film here, I gotta say, it was God inspiring. I remember having a dream and waking up from this dream, and God just telling me, you gotta start letting people know what's going on with my children.
Wow.
And I was inspired by God to do this, to be honest with you. And I did it. I mean, and this film is very important. Before I even started shooting, I started talking to people and asking them that they know that all these black women and all these minority women were missing here in America. And I can say 90% of the people I talked to didn't even know.
Wow. I want to say that I tell you what brought it to my attention, especially with the organ theft and the organ trafficking, the case of Kanika Jenkins. I will never, ever forget that. Something about that whole situation is just burned, impressed into my heart and soul forever. Like, I think about her from time to time, whereas, people nowadays, you get something happen in the media, it's the latest sensation for 5 minutes and then it's gone away. When the situation with her was happening, I started looking into it and realized, like, the statistics that you have showcased in the movie, like you said, that people don't even know about. Hundreds of thousands of people, women, children, and men, adults, children alike, go missing every year without a trace. And it is crazy. The less than 30%, if that, media attention that we have on it is a travesty. And I'm so glad that you are bringing attention to this. So again, to our listening audience, for those of you who are streaming with us, please make sure you go on CEPTV to check out Aware. All the facts are there. There's even some isolated areas. Chicago and Michigan, I believe, are like the biggest cities with like the most. So there's something going on there. There's something not right when it's happening in a concentrated area. And I know they have those waterways there. And the Kanika Jenkins issue kind of brought that to light too. Let's talk about your son. You said in your bio that your son, or either you told me or I looked it up or something, but your son is kind of following in your footsteps now too.
Oh yeah, my son is very talented. He sings. He beats me on Xbox all the time. So he's into acting. Matter of fact, we did a short film together, and they won a couple of awards. I'm not sure if you saw. We did a 2-minute film called Concerned Child, and
Yes.
it's been in several film festivals. And basically, it's about the conversation that we need to start having with our kids. I mean, when I was growing up, the conversation my parents had with me was about the birds and the bees and girls and how to treat women. The conversation I find I'm having with him is how to come home alive, what to do if the police stop you, how to act, and how. So, that whole thing has changed, and we did a short film about it.
Yes, I do remember seeing that. I don't think I pulled it because I know that you had been shopping it into film festivals, so I didn't know if that was a conflict, but I will definitely get it on CEPTV if that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes, I did see that, and that was an amazing performance. And he seems like he's a natural.
Oh yeah, he is. He is.
But even with that, are you going to invest in him getting some formal training if that's kind of the direction that he wants to go? Because he's very articulate. And he's how old now?
He will be 13 in April.
Okay, awesome. I love it.
And he is into training. He's in a performing arts school in Michigan. He lives in Michigan. He's also doing a lot of weekend drama lessons with different teachers and things like that. He's definitely getting training.
That is so awesome. So it's going to be 3 generations of film and acting. That is
Absolutely.
Yes, that is great. Tell me about in your career so far. Tell me some situations that were impactful and memorable, and something that if there were a such thing as a vanguard, maybe something that a listener could circumvent in their journey in filmmaking.
Oh man, it's definitely been an experience. I can say that I really enjoy acting, but my niche is for the behind the scenes, directing, the creative part, the visions that I have. What really gets me is once I put something on paper and then I get people to actually say those lines like I need them said, make those faces, cry like I need them to cry, and to see all that come together after the editing and the music and all of that. I think that's my biggest joy, seeing that final piece come together from the start to the finish of everything that I've created.
Okay. And so, what would be some things that you would tell someone, like if they were hesitant to do it and they're like, I don't know, I know you said you got a vision, or and your higher power was talking to you and telling you this is something that you were inspired by, the painting. Someone who may be kind of teetering on the edge and they feel like maybe filmmaking is something that they want to do. And some people feel like, oh, there's millions of film directors out in the world, how can I make a difference? What would you say to that person?
I would tell them to do it, to jump in and do it. Don't hesitate, because when you think about it, you're going to put things off. You got to just dig deep into yourself and make up your mind that this is something I want to do and start doing it, period.
So
that's the advice that I give to a lot of people, even when it comes to acting and actors, to do it and put your all into it. I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. And I can definitely say the very first thing, I had this script that I wrote in the 90s, and it was for the show Rock. I was trying to get the script to NBC, CBS, whoever was airing the show at that time. And I ran into the guy, I forget the actor's name, who was actually on Rock. He played the father, the older gentleman. And I asked him, I said, I wrote this script. Who can I get it to? He told me who to get it to. And the day that script was mailed off, the show was canceled.
Wow.
So fast forward 15, 20 years later, the script that I wrote it's called The Revolving Door. And it's still pertinent to this day. It's about somebody going to jail for the first time, whether it was you stole something, got into a fight, how you just get caught up in the system and how the system is designed to keep bringing you right back. That's what the revolving door is. And that was the script I wrote. So the very first thing we did was start working on the revolving door. I tweaked the script a little bit. I got a cast and crew together, and I sat people down and we were reading. We were doing a casting call and a reading. And as I was talking to people, I'm looking at all the people that showed up. And it would just amaze me how they just believed in me and believed in the vision of what we were about to attempt and what we were about to do. And I didn't realize then how much power I had, And the power was that these people heard me, they saw the vision, they read it, and they believed in me. And we got it done. And that's something I'm shopping around right now.
Awesome. So that's your current project that you're doing now. When did you finish that?
That was finished actually over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was finished before I left Atlanta. All that was shot in Atlanta.
And it's I hear it's a lot more economical to do films in Atlanta because of the pay rate is, you don't have to pay as much. Is that true or?
Yeah. That's very true. And that's why all those movie companies moved out there.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, you have the people who are eager to do it and they'll do it because they want exposure. Economically, I can see, why anybody would take advantage of that. What is your, I know you're working on this one, but what is your dream budget and your dream film? You don't have to give away your synopsis or anything, but maybe just a title of something that, you kind of had in the archives. What is your dream budget for something that you may have kind of just waiting to unleash?
Okay, so you saw the movie Moonlight that came out a couple of years ago, right?
I actually did not see that, but I've seen the previews.
So you know that movie. Okay, so that movie won Best Picture and it won Best Supporting Actor, and it was nominated for more than those. Oh, it also won Best Screenplay.
Okay.
The director who did that movie did 7 short films, and the movie company was so impressed with his short films that they gave him $1 million budget and had him get that script done. And he did it under $1 million. Not, like I said, not only did 3 Oscars come out of it, this guy won Best Director for his first film.
Wow.
And that right there showed, that showed me the road right there. I can do that.
Absolutely, you
can.
can.
Much faith I have in my work and my talent. I can do that.
Absolutely, you can.
But LaShawn, I also, with that being said, LaShawn, hopefully sometime this year, I'm thinking by the fall, I'm doing a red carpet premiere of a film that I have. It's already shot. We're just doing the final pieces to it. And you have to come support that.
Definitely.
It's called The Education. No, excuse me. I'm jumping around. It's called The Heart of a Lion, the Darren Durham story. And it's about a guy that I grew up with in Los Angeles, and he lived in some projects. And in these projects, they had a Pacific Railroad train track that went exactly right through the middle of the projects that basically separated the east from the west side of the project.
Mm-hmm.
And as a kid, him and his buddies, that was their Xbox and their PlayStation, playing on the trains when they came by. And one day he went to catch a train and jumped on the train. His buddies were already hanging on the side of it. And he said there was a hook sticking out of the side of the train that he was trying to catch, and it grabbed his sleeve and it swung him under the train.
Mm.
He said he had just enough time to push back and it chopped off both his legs.
Oh my God.
So my buddy will walk up to you right now with his false legs on, and you wouldn't even know that he lost his legs at 6 years old. And not only that, he's on his way to be a nurse practitioner, and that's the glory of it because he never gave up.
Wow. That's amazing. I can't wait to see that. That's going to be awesome.
So I do have a trailer of that on my YouTube channel. And like I said, it's called The Heart of a Lion, the Darren Durham story. And we will be doing a red carpet premiere of that this year.
Well, CEPTV will definitely be in the house to support for sure. So now these are things that you already have, but I'm talking about something that you like. What type? Like, do you want something with like a $14 million budget, a $3 million budget for something? Like, do you have something already kind of like in your head that's not quite fleshed out yet, but it's something like this is going to be, something that's going to like put it out? Or maybe, the Heart of the Lion might be the one that, that is your big one. You just never know. But, just like, how we all have like this vision of what our path is going to look like. And if you could fast forward into that, what would that budget look like? And, just create a scenario of what that would be if you could have it, let's just say, have it your way.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. I do have something in mind, and it's nothing I've written yet. It's just on this shoulder. Me growing up here in America, I've always seen these history lessons about everybody else, the Vikings, even the Indians, the Native American Indians. You see some stories about them. You see a bunch of stories about the Englishmen and the Knights of the Round Table and all of this. I really want to do $10 million to $15 million big budget action war king queen African film.
That's what we
I
need.
want to do a story about a couple of our kings and our queens who fought for their countries and their men and their women and their homes. I want to do something like that.
That would be amazing. And, I think that's why people had such big backlash when they came out with that movie, The Gods of Egypt. Because, people are a little bit more woke and aware these days. And they're like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be gods of Egypt and everybody's white. So, what's wrong with this picture? And, and then they got, a couple of rappers to start speaking up. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I've been shell shocked since the days of Charlton Heston. And then when I found out, I found out that there was a significant part of the 10 Commandments that was left out intentionally in that script. And it was the part where God had told Moses to put his hand inside of his cloak. And when he brought his hand out, it was white. And then he told him to put it back, and it was back to the color that it was. So if your hand turned white, then you probably started off not white, So they, that was purposely left out of that script. And so that kind of kept me in bewilderment. And then, one thing led to another over the years. And I finally got to the point where, I had to do my own research and kind of wake up and connect the dots for my own conscience's sake, because I understood at an early age that we were under a psychological onslaught, and this is not anything that has stopped. Like you said, there's a purposeful agenda going on, and even with the pipeline to the school pipeline to prison, things that we have going on that still are very prevalent in today's society. So movies can definitely combat that, because when we have our own outlets and when we have our own avenues to actually be at the helm of our own boat and build the boat with our own hands, it makes so much different. Byron Allen was the one who pointed out, he said he had a conversation with one of his Caucasian associates, and he said, would you trust me with controlling the narrative about your daughters? And the gentleman, quite frankly, said no. So there's a problem with that. We're supposed to trust, all these people with these high accolades, and some people just have statuses simply because of nepotism, which you can't blame a people for implementing that, and we as a people, as a brown skinned Black people, should practice nepotism too. But to stay at the forefront, but we're not trusted with their narrative, but we're supposed to trust them with our narrative. So, and that's why I'm so delighted that we are in the age where entities like CEPTV, not just CEPTV. I love the fact that there's so many other African American streaming websites popping up, because it goes to show that as a whole, we are tired. We are tired of people being in control of what is being said historically about us. And now we have a way to put things out there that it's what we said that we are, not what someone else says that we are. And so you are leading the charge as an individual in that, and we are definitely need you to keep on putting out more content, because this is definitely what we need for our generations. What is what's the latest couple of events that you've attended, or anything that's kind of helped you keep your skills sharp?
Oh man, you know what? All my breaks at work, and whenever I have some free time, I'm always going on YouTube. And YouTube has become a big tool, a big resource to educate yourself. So I'm always looking up different shooting angles, lighting, how to remove shadows. I'm always trying to educate myself on how to make my films better.
Yeah, I
So
would think it's
YouTube is a big resource for me in that.
that's awesome. And, you know, looking at this scene right here, I don't know if you can see how we're streaming. Do you see the platform? So you can see your movie playing in the background. And you remember when I reached out to you and I was like,
Yeah.
man, the sound quality on that basketball scene was awesome. What did you use? And you know, some people won't tell you. Some people will not tell you. I've inquired with some filmmakers and I'm like, what did you use? What did you do? How did you hook that up? And you know, some people are very standoffish about sharing information. And I'm like, why, why would someone be like that? But you know, you sent me the information like right away. And I started looking and researching and everything. And that is a very popular microphone that you use. But I tell you what, that sound was crisp. I love Hey Joe. Just a great film. What inspired you to create Hey Joe?
I'm gonna tell you, I was on the MARTA one day, and I had my headphones on, and I was listening to Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix.
Mm-hmm.
And have you ever heard the song Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix?
I don't think that I have.
So the lyrics in Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix is, Hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? Hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? And he says, I'm going to kill my old lady because I caught her messing around with another man. So I took that and I flipped it and I put it into a relationship because there are so many relationships out there where you have, it could be male or female. I wrote this from a male perspective, because I'm male, but it could be male or female where you have one party that's in love and trying to do the right things in the relationship, and you have another party that is not doing the right thing. But a lot of circumstances happens when we try to do the right thing. The party that is doing the wrong thing, trying to do the right thing, it causes the outcome that you see in Hey Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear about it so many times. And I wanted to do something and let people see it.
Yeah, because you don't always get it to where the woman is the antagonist or, playing, like this is cool or, something, even though it's something that she knows is not supposed to be. Yeah, it's definitely something that needed to be brought to light. And I do thank you for making that.
And if you see in this scene right here where the three women are talking,
Mm-hmm.
I purposely had to dress like this because it brought me to my childhood. You remember when you watch a cartoon and the devil will pop up on one shoulder and try to talk you out of something, talk you into something, and then the angel will pop up on another shoulder. So that's why I named the girl in the red. I got her wearing red as the devil, and then I got the angel, the late girl named Angel, wearing white, and I have the star
in neutral.
Keisha in the neutral color.
Very
so you got the devil
nice.
And the angel playing with her in that scene.
Very strategic, very nice. These night shots, and you don't use any like Pond 5 or any of the what do you call them, like the clips from different sources. You create all of your own clips, correct?
Yeah, I did that all on myself. I did that. I was at the Kroger's on the West End.
And did you do guerrilla shooting or did you get permission from the store?
Man, I'm all about the guerrilla.
That's what's up. I love it. I think that's a thrilling angle for people to take. Just go ahead and just do it.
Yep.
And it turned out perfect. Now, what store?
Get out there, let's do it.
Right. What store at the end? You all were at a store. Did you get permission from that store to do that scene?
Yes. That shoe store, that's a friend of mine that I met, and she allowed us to shoot outside her store and actually in her store. And in the final credits, you see the name of the store, and her name was Tess. And yeah, we definitely big shout out to her for letting us use her spot.
Absolutely. And where was this one shot? Was this one shot out there where you are now?
No, that was shot in Jonesboro.
Oh, wow. Okay. Lothario lives in Jonesboro. So Lothario, I see you over there making comments. Shout out to Lothario in Jonesboro. So what was the name of that store? Lothario might know that store. What was it again?
I see you got me thinking. It shows up in the credits.
In the credits?
Something shoes. It's a ladies store.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll check that out in the credits.
It's in the credits, though.
Awesome. Well, she definitely gets her permanent shouts outs every time somebody sees the credits roll. So kudos to savvy marketing by being in a movie. So you're going to be forever etched in the memory of time. As long as these movies are out in the ethos, then there's always going to be a memory of your business adventure. I love it. Well, let's see. What was the next question that I had for you? I think I did. So yeah, your latest events. We're going to, did you have anything you wanted to bring up? We're going to take a quick commercial break and then we'll come back and do some more interviewing if you didn't have anything else you wanted to talk about.
I'll be right here with you.
All right, let's take a quick break. Yeah, it does look good, Lothario. Lothario commented, we're live streaming. He said the scene looks good. Yeah, I tell you, Lothario, this movie is very beautifully shot, and all the loose ends are tied up in 13 minutes and 4 seconds. And that's what I love about shorts. I love shorts because you can get the same satisfaction out of a movie short in 10 to 20 minutes. And it won't take up 2 or 3 hours of your time, and you still get that same euphoria, that same fulfillment of watching a full feature film in a movie short. So that's why I'm so appreciative of movie shorts, because you have the rest of your day to do things, and then you've still been entertained at the same time. Right. So let's take a quick commercial break and hang with us. If you want to call in on the second half of the show, you are more than welcome. 668. Oh, hold on. I forgot the number. 646-668-8484. And the number didn't even come up on the thing. 646-668-8484. Let's go to break.
Rampant drug-related crime continues to plague the Clifton Terrace area. Today, 2 young men were brutally murdered at 16th and West.
More signs today that the drug problem is getting worse.
A surprising development tonight as drug kingpin Angel is gunned down, apparently as part of the ongoing turf war in...
Peek inside the cutthroat world of drugs, money, and fast women. A world where a young man must choose his own path. Prodigal Son, a new novel from Tommy Gibbs. Order your copy from Amazon or CenteroInc.com.
Everyone needs a spa day, a day to relax and unwind and let someone else take care of your needs for a change. If you live in the Houston, Texas area and are ready for a spa day, you need to visit Urban Day Spa. Urban Day Spa has 2 convenient locations, one in Spring, Texas, and the other in the Copperfield area of Houston. Urban Day Spa have the lowest prices on massage treatments, and you never have to sign a contract. Some of their other services include facial therapies, body treatments, hydrotherapy, and much more. Urban Day Spa also have amazing packages you will love. Treat yourself or someone you care about with the Urban Day Spa. They also offer gift certificates. Visit them right now at urbandayspa.com. That's urbandayspa.com.
Welcome to CEPTV and Blog Talk Radio. Anyone can subscribe and sign up. You can view all genres of content, movies, live events, TV shows, and more by African Americans and Brown Americans on CEPTV. Then listen for interviews on Blog Talk Radio. Tune in to listen now.
Half of the show, we are talking to the wonderful and inspiring Drew Tank Garrett. He is currently in California right now. What part of California are you in?
I am in Ontario, California, which is an hour east of Los Angeles.
Okay. and hour east. So do you commute into the city a lot to do?
I do.
Okay. And so you told us about your future events and projects. Do you have any books or anything in the works? Are you going to do any published works? Is that something that you might look into in the future? Because the way your mind works, you are so socially cognitive and conscious. I think, my opinion, my humble opinion, I think that you should put something in the books as well, because, generations from now, somebody's going to pick up your book and see your words, maybe in a time where, media may not be available. Um, you definitely have a story to tell, and you definitely have a perspective, as far as when it comes to socialism and things like that, that needs to be heard. I love the way you think. I love the way you express yourself in your talk show. And what do you think about maybe doing a book sometime in the near future?
You know what? I haven't thought about it. Someone else did say the exact same thing. Someone else also told me I should be doing like a Black History class, because I'm all about educating our people on our real history, and not this history that was force fed to us as children.
Yes.
And but yeah, that's something I definitely would consider, because I'm all about the truth about us.
Something, absolutely. And something I can tell you, a strategy that a friend of mine, Jared Birch, used to become a published author, and just to kind of get his feet wet, in that he wrote down some sayings and quotes that were near and dear to him, and he put them in a book with his own elaborations. So maybe, that's something that you can do. You talk about some social ills, and just, kind of maybe put like little quotes about it and elaborate maybe, a few. It was a really small book. I think it was like 17 pages, but just to get your feet wet, get something out there, and then launched it on Amazon within like a week. So it's really easy to do. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's really easy to do. And then you have other resources like 48-hour publishing, where they, they'll bind your book and process it. Like if you want to have a little, a couple of books on hand, and then, by you being a filmmaker and having a book along with that, book signing, so many more opportunities spring from that. So I definitely would encourage you to, look into that.
Oh yeah, okay, definitely.
Yes. Have you, when you first started out, did you have any other name, or was it always Black Moses Entertainment? And why did you choose that name?
It was always Black Moses Entertainment. Always. I'm gonna tell you something. Black Moses came from Isaac Hayes. That was his nickname.
Oh, I did not know that.
And I was a big Isaac Hayes. Yeah, I was a big, huge Isaac Hayes fan. I love a lot of his music. And I always said, if I start my own business, it's going to be called Black Moses.
Awesome. Okay. So inspired from one of the greats. And now, wait a minute. Now I can't remember, because Isaac Hayes was one of the voices on South Park. Is he still with us? Is he still among the living, or did he pass?
No. Yeah, he passed away several years ago, right before Bernie Mac.
Oh wow. Okay.
Right, because him and Bernie Mac did Soul Men together, and then Isaac went first right after that movie. Then Bernie Mac.
Dang. Two greats in 1 year. That's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, any other events do you have lined up? Can't get my words out right. Do you have any other events lined out? Now tell me again, because I need to put that on my calendar. When is the premiere, the red carpet premiere?
We are looking for early fall, so it may be in somewhere between October and November. We're just trying to finalize some things. We're going to rent a theater here. It's one in Hollywood, that we're looking at. So we're just finalizing some things and doing some final touches on the film.
Okay. And how many?
My
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No, I was going to say, I definitely want to bring this up because when I left 16 years ago, homelessness was a problem. Since I've been back here in Los Angeles, it is a huge problem. There are so many tent cities here. There are so many working class people living in their cars here. That my dad and myself, we're working on a film called The Sarge that we're going to start shooting next month, and it's going to touch a lot on the homelessness problem here in Los Angeles. And the film is going to be about a homeless vet. But it's really crazy, LaShawn, because I was watching the news the other night, and they have these parking lots for people that are homeless and living in their cars where they can be safe.
Oh, well,
So
I've
they have
heard
these
of
little secure
that.
parking lots where they're letting. So it's just crazy. I'm really in this film. I'm really going to shed a lot of light on that.
I mean, to the point where, okay, I get the facility being made, but is it to the point where they're going to start charging, like you can stay here for $1 a night, instead of being at a hotel? If all you have is your car, you pay like $1 and you can park in here and be safe for the rest of the night versus being in a car. Cause I seen one that actually had beds too.
Well, the one I've seen, they don't charge. They just let people spend the night there. So as I know, there's no talk of charging people. I mean, if you can afford to stay someplace, you wouldn't be sleeping in your car. So
but you can afford $1 though.
People right back sleeping on the street.
That's true, but I'm saying
so.
I'm just saying like if they had it to where, because somebody has to pay for it. And I'm, a hotel is going to run you anywhere, especially out there, probably anywhere from $80 to $100. Because here it'll run you anywhere from 40 to 60, and 40 is on the don't sleep under the sheets end of the hotel.
Right.
Just lay on top of the spread and catch a nap sort of thing. But I'm just saying, like, if you had a parking garage and there's, not a whole lot of businesses that are nearby and there's a maintenance fee, I'm pretty sure, if somebody was using it for homeless, maybe they can get grants to pay for it. That's definitely an idea. But if you charge somebody $1 a night to come park their car there, which would take care of, maintenance, and sometimes people, even when they are homeless, they don't have the best of hygiene. So, people throwing trash out and stuff like that. And not saying that everybody does, but if it's your home, the way you live is going to be not traditional, so it may not be, of course, it's not the best situation. And I'm not speaking down on it. I'm just saying I have a home and my car stays junky, so I can imagine having to live in a car, and try to maintain, a sense of normalcy. I guess what I'm saying is I don't think it would be unreasonable to say, here, charge $1, for a night. And then of course, but you're saying like they could stay there for the night, but I know you don't know all the terms and conditions of it. Like, is it just for one night? You can only come one night a week, or, what I'm saying? Like, I definitely, I want to look more into that because I'm really interested in that concept because it's pretty new. Like, I've just started seeing stuff like that come about. And so your film,
you faded.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you faded out for a second, so I missed the last part of what you said.
Oh, okay. I was saying that, these homeless garages are kind of a new concept because I've just started hearing about them probably within the last couple of months.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, the one I saw, it was free for them to park there and sleep at night.
Okay. And how, again, does this relate to the film, The Sarge, that you all are working on?
Well, the subject is going to be about a homeless vet.
Mm-hmm.
So in this film, dealing with this homeless vet, you will see a lot of the homelessness, live homelessness, that guerrilla filmmaking. So this is going to be live. It's going to be real. That's really going on here in Los Angeles.
Okay, so it's going to be kind of like a documentary at the same token, kind of true to life, real stuff, sort of like a New Jack City-ish, hardcore, hard-hitting, exploratory.
Well, I don't know about the New Jack part, but yeah.
Well, the reason why I say that is because, on New Jack City, the reason why that movie was so controversial is because, like, when they were like in the dope houses, like that's was really going on during the shooting of that film. So what I'm saying is, this is like you're
showing. They took over the car.
Yeah, like they were like really doing their thing and really shooting dope and all that stuff, like in the whole movie, like, and that it shocked me as a child because I was like, I can't believe they're showing this on TV. And then to find out, years later behind the scenes, that was not acting. That was like people who were really getting down, so sometimes you have to do things like that to wake people up, like this is not a game, like this is how things really are. So I'm definitely anticipating that. Tell everybody about the services that you as a production company offer.
Okay, yeah. So what I've been doing, especially since I've been back home, is I've been doing commercials for people. A lot of the small businesses that think they can't afford a small promo or a small commercial or something to put on their social media outlet, I've been providing those services. So I do commercials, I do headshots and pictures for actors and actresses. I'll do your demo reel, anything involving video production, weddings. We even got drones. I do a lot of aerial footage too. So yeah, anything. That's how we're getting down. And like I said, one of our goals is to open up our own studio. And once we open up our own studio, we'll be able to provide some sets for other filmmakers to come in and film and use our facility and pay for time and space while they're doing it. But it'll be a safer environment. You're not worried about the police giving you a ticket because you're out there with a camera trying to get your thing done. So we're going to be able to provide a multitude of things. We're also going to be doing having once the studio open, we'll be doing acting classes and seminars and anything around video production, teaching people how to work sounds, cameras. When I was in Atlanta. On a couple of the projects I did there, I went to Atlanta Tech and talked to one of the teachers there in the theater, and he gave a lot of his students credit for coming out and helping me with my project. So I really want to get the community involved in what we're doing.
Yes, that is amazing. Now, how do you get funding for your projects?
I'm going to work every day.
You did say that, but you don't ever like tap outside sources?
No, it's strictly me financing my projects.
Okay. And did you get drone certified, or do you just fly below the limit where there's no, like maybe 12 feet up in the air?
No, my drones are definitely certified with the FCC.
FAA, yep.
Yep.
Now, did you take the course? I guess that's what I'm asking. The Part 107.
The online course. I took it, but I took it through DJI, the actual drone company that I bought my drone from.
Oh wow! Okay, I didn't know they did that. Like here, we're Okay. In the area that I live in, if you have a DJI and you fly it in a certain area or over a certain height limit, the airport will take control of your drone and confiscate it. Like, it's no joke here.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that being. Yeah, I've heard of that being done, but also with the software that DJI provides for your drone, if you're in a certain area, it gives you a warning. Do not fly over 200 feet. Do not fly. It will tell you, different instructions. It will even let you know that this is a no-fly zone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That
So
is
you get those warning and pop-ups on the software.
okay. Well, that's good to know. And so do you ever see yourself in the future doing anything like just cataloging shots to sell to other people, since you're so very well equipped with your camera usage, and then you're growing your resources? And when you say we, is it just more than you and your father? Do you have other people that kind of are helping you out with your adventure?
Well, not yet. I am putting a little team together, but not yet, not yet. But and when I mentioned I had a lot of help in Atlanta. I had my assistant director. His name is JB. Shouts out to him. He was very helpful in a lot of the projects. Jerry, uh, Monique. I had a full team out there, and we got things done. So I'm working on getting something like that done here. I know my buddy JB is waiting for me to put a big project together out here, so he can come out here and help me direct it. So I'm working. I got some things in the works.
That's what we want to hear. That's exactly what we want to hear. So, we here at CEPTV always have your back. You will definitely always have our support, and we're going to keep promoting and pushing. I just love rooting for, and I'm not saying it to undercut you, but, we're kind of in the phase where I like to bring people on the show that believe in themselves like you and aren't quite there yet, but you're one of those people, like, don't sleep on me. Don't sleep on me, because I'm coming. And that's what I love about your drive. The quality of your productions is just bound to get picked up. And now let me ask you that. Is that the goal? Is the goal for your entertainment to be picked up by Hollywood so you can live more comfortably, or is the final goal is to put quality work that will make an impact, or kind of a combination of the two?
It is definitely a combination of the two. Definitely. But my priority is to put out some quality work that can be life changing to someone.
I would say
See
really
a story that someone will see a story that I've written, and that maybe change their way of thinking. If you're in a bad situation, something I said or done to help you get out of the situation that you're currently in. But I definitely want to do some things that are life changing, that has an impact.
And I would say that your current works are already doing that. I would really say that, because Hey Joe, aware, just the ones that you have education of an abused woman is another phenomenal one. You did a great job with acting in that. It's like, it's crazy seeing you on that movie and then talking to you now. It's like, how when you do such a good job.
I had some haters in that one, boy. I had people calling me jerks and all kind of stuff. But like I said, that meant I did what I was supposed to do.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. It's such a contrast of, you being this mellow guy, and then you portraying someone that was just like, because it happens, the people. I tell you what, I'm so glad you had that comedy relief in there, which was her best friend or her sister in the car. That was hilarious. Like, that was hilarious. If everybody could have someone in their life that kind of like, okay, look, I'm giving you a warning, but I'm gonna be here for you. But at the same time, I'm letting you know how foolish you are. Like, we all need that person in our lives that will keep it real with us. At the same time, you have to let people make their own decisions, because it's their life to make those decisions at the end. And domestic violence and domestic abuse is definitely a serious topic, and you just have a way of finding those topics and and bringing it and presenting it with a resolution. And that's what I love. There's a resolution to everything. The only thing that we haven't really found a resolution to is the movie Aware. The only thing we can do is be aware and try to keep ourselves safe and implement safer practices. Like the other day, in correlation to your movie Aware, I did a video about a feature that is on everybody's phone. It's on iOS and Android. There's a setting in there called SOS. And if you are in an event that could be life threatening, you can set up your phone to where if you push your power button 3 times, not only will it take a screenshot of your location, it'll take pictures of, it'll take pictures with the front and back camera, and it'll send your last known location to like 3 or 4 people in your contacts. So that's something that, if you do a lot of traveling, for young ladies who do a lot of traveling, I implore you to, take a look at those settings that are already built in your phone. It's called SOS settings, and it's in Android. So those are things that watching those movies kind of make us research how to be safer. Always let somebody know where you're going, especially, it doesn't really matter what age, because, when the pizza lady got snatched up the other day, that really bothered me. Like, she's doing her job, she's delivering pizzas, for God's sake, and then they find her purse and her keys and pizza in the car, and she's gone. Stuff like that.
Right.
It's heartbreaking. It really is. It is heartbreaking. Because it seems like it's happening so much to our people. And I don't want to say so much to our people because I don't know what's happening on the other side of the globe. It could be happening to, people in other countries as well. It could be happening to a lot of Africans. I don't know. But it's definitely happened over here at an alarming rate. And with the media and technology that we have over here, something is afoot. Like, there's some vanguards in place. People that we think we can trust to help us in these situations are probably somewhat more of the perpetuators of it behind the scenes. So there's something going on with it, and it's very troublesome, in my opinion.
Definitely.
So, you gave us a picture of what you offer for your events. For your services. Do you plan on maybe doing a nonprofit and relating that to your business as well?
Hadn't thought about that.
Okay. Well, that's also a good strategy as well. And that can kind of help you get into the school systems and stuff like that. If you, wanted to continue to, link into the community a little bit more. Nonprofits seem to always get a leg up because it's not for profit, and people seem to gravitate toward that. And you have so much to offer. And then, your son, Andrew, is a product of what you can offer to other children. He's talented, and he's taking, he's following in your footsteps, and he's an inspiring actor. So that shows, what you have to offer to other children, other young people. So just definitely keep doing what you're doing. We're loving it here at CEPTV. I personally am honored, and I thank you so much for being one of the first people. Like I say, if not the first, I want to go back and read my messages, because I really think you were the first person to put content on CEPTV. So I can't thank you enough for that.
Okay. You're welcome. And I thank you for having me on there. I can't wait to get some more content for you.
Absolutely. And so tell everybody how to reach out to you on social media. And should they, now can people, like, let's just say somebody's not in your area, but they have some footage and they want it to be edited. Can they send that to you and you would edit it and put it together for them for a nominal fee?
Oh, definitely. I can be reached. My website is www.blackmosesentertainment.com. You can hit me on Facebook at the same, Black Moses Entertainment. Black Moses Entertainment on Instagram. I don't really tweet that much, but I do. There is Black Moses in Twitter. But yeah, Black Moses Entertainment. Just hit me up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can see some of my works there. And
CEPTV.
Those are the best ways to get in touch with me.
Yes, well, thank you so much.
And CEPTV.
Yes, that's right. So again, thank you so much, and we will definitely be talking in the very near future. And you have a good night.
All right, thank you, Tucson. You have a blessed night as well.
You too.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Another one from the book for the books, CEPTV Radio, episode number 2 for 2020. Again, I am just always so amazed at the guests that we have on here, and these people are all going somewhere. Don't you sleep on any of my guests, because in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, you're going to hear these names again. I do invite every one of you who is under the sound of my voice to email me at ceptv2019@gmail.com if you would like to be my next guest on the show. Coming up on January the 28th, we will be doing our first online live unboxing ever. We have entrepreneur Eric Moore out of Columbus, Ohio, who will be joining us on CEPTV the Tuesday after next, and we will be unboxing Vibes earbuds, and one lucky winner will win a pair. So make sure you stay tuned for more information about that. The product is International Vibes, and you can find him on the World Wide Web. His name is Eric Moore. We'll be getting some more promo information coming up in the very near future. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight on CEPTV. I'm going to call it a night. For those of you who have streamed with us, thank you so much for hanging with us. Our audience is growing, and you all hung with us for the whole show, and I do appreciate it. So we're going to get on out of here, and we will talk to you soon next Tuesday. I will be out of town next Tuesday, but not really sure if we're going to have a guest, but you'll know probably within the next 48 hours if we'll have another guest. But if you are interested in being our guest, go ahead and reach out to us. Again, please make sure you subscribe to CEPTV, www.mycep.tv, to take part in supporting the network and seeing some of the being able to see all of the content that we have beautifully curated on the website. And also the hub will be released soon, as we talked about earlier. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us tonight. Once again, this is LaShawn, your hostess of CEPTV Late Night Hype, signing off. You all have a great evening.
Thank you for tuning in to another CEPTV Radio Network podcast production. Whether you are listening via Blog Talk, Anchor, or any of our other media outlets, we want to say thank you for tuning in. To find out more video content related to today's topic matter, please visit our streaming website at www.mycep.tv and subscribe today to see original indie movie, music, arts, crafts, and fashion, and more from African American visionaries just like you. That's www.mycep.tv. To sponsor or be a guest on our show, please email us at CEPTV2019@gmail.com. Have a great night.
using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.